Well, hello, hello. How is everyone today? Hope all is well. Hope you can hear me. Hi, Janet. Hi, Nancy, or Fancy Nancy. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Troy. Carolina. Gloria. Lariah. I seen 79 was here, but she couldn't stay. And Gina. Good to see you. Oh, yes, I have to, Gloria. It is sad. Hi, Dandy. How are you? Let's see. Which one do I want first? Okay. Yeah, I only worked 4 hours today. I would have been the only one left in my department standing there folding clothes and putting them back in bags. So I decided everybody else was leaving the other four. There was only five of us that came in. So I stayed for 4 hours and I went home. Yeah, we miss you too, Dandy. Okay. We talked about Bryan on my last live when I talked about the two girls missing in Tennessee, which I still have not gotten to yet. So let's go ahead and we'll start not from the beginning, but we'll start with one. Now, this is the boy's mom. And it says police are searching for a 12-year-old boy with serious medical needs who went missing from his home in New Orleans East. Bryan Vasquez was last seen Thursday, August 14th, at his home in the 5300 block of, Beaucaire Street. I'm probably mispronouncing that. So I'm going to go over this one because I didn't play her, I don't think. And it's not her actually talking. It is a representative. So I'm wondering if she does not speak English herself. So we'll listen.
Child against their will. Don't worry about it. My baby can't talk. He can't identify you. He will never say who you are. Just return my baby.
The mother of a missing nonverbal child pleads to the public for the first time to help bring her son home. Her 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez disappeared from her home last week. The search is now into its third day, and tonight NOPD announces it's scaling back resources, but community members tell us they refuse to give up. On Sever Street in New Orleans East, Bryan Vasquez's favorite toy is played over a loudspeaker. His family and neighbors hoping the sound will draw out the missing 12-year-old.
He's not deaf. Bryan can hear. He'll bang on things. He will respond. He will walk to you. Because he's going to school, the school calls him Bryan V. So he answers. He will walk to you. He'll probably hug you and try to climb on you and things like that. But he's a very happy child.
Bryan's mother, Hilda Vasquez, says he disappeared Thursday morning. She says since then, she's still held on to hope.
With the help of all of our community members, I'm very grateful for the work they're doing.
Bueno, no puedo, lo
The
único
police has searched this area, and from what they're telling me is that they have cleared some of this area. So I still have hope that my son is with someone, maybe alive, and I just want them to return my child.
NOPD Detective Mario Bravo is leading this case.
We exhausted all our resources, looking through all this area, looking through the water over there, looking through all this body of water here, looking through the forest over there. Numerous helicopters, drones, dogs came here to look for Bryan.
Bravo confirms resources are now scaled back after days of intense efforts, but the search is not over.
That is very concerning that he is nonverbal. He has special needs. No lead is small. No tip is small.
And Bryan's mom makes one final plea.
no puedo explicarlo.
I cannot explain to you.
No puedo, no nadie puede imaginarse lo que yo estoy viviendo.
Nobody can imagine what I'm going through.
Solo quiero mi niño de vuelta,
I just want my baby back.
por favor.
Please.
Police say Bryan Vasquez was last seen on Beaucaire Street in New Orleans. This was around 10 Thursday morning, wearing only an adult diaper. If you have any information, you are asked to call 911 or NOPD 7th District at 504-658-6070.
Jelly. I didn't want that next one to play, but so yeah, that's right, Dandy. Hi, here we go. Yeah, they do. So let's go back. But this, I remember I played this. Where you can see, there he is, walking. I don't think he comes back on camera. No. Sorry about that. Okay, what, Fancy? You want to see him walking out? I can play it again, yeah. We can watch it again. I was listening to see if maybe there was a noise other than, just silence and maybe traffic and the dogs that were barking. But I don't hear anything, so you listen and see if you pick something up. No, I didn't hear anything other than like traffic. You can hear it off in a distance. Yeah. Now, remember, they said he's nonverbal, autistic, so. Hi, little D. How are you? Don't worry about this. I got smashed a couple of weeks ago at work. Yeah, he went out a window supposedly while everybody was sleeping. Okay. Daggone it. Hold on. Struggle is real with allergies, let me tell you. Okay. And this is about that it took him 5 hours to respond, this article. And I know I read over this, but there's a couple of videos that I thought we would just look at.
I'm speaking on behalf of Bryan Vasquez, that's nonverbal, but I have a voice. And I'm going to ask y'all to get out of your houses and come out here and pray. Help us.
Anger, grief, and hope as a New Orleans family marks the 6th day they search for Bryan Vasquez. They say the nonverbal autistic 12-year-old climbed through his bedroom window in Michoud Thursday and has been missing since. Bryan's 11-year-old sister, Brianna, says nothing's been the same without him.
We might not know where he is, but we had to find him. He might be somewhere in your house, like in the cameras or something. But you have to check one of those things, like in the forest, stuff like that. Because he needs to eat. He hasn't been eating for probably 6 days.
Cristiane Rosales Fajardo is a family friend and the family's spokesperson during the search. She says it took the NOPD hours to respond to his mother's emergency call. She says that was after they also made an in-person report at the NOPD's 7th District in New Orleans East. According to the NOPD Calls for Service database, someone reported a missing child in the same block of New Orleans East where the Vasquez's live around 10 a.m. It shows NOPD didn't dispatch an officer to that call to issue an Amber Alert to reach more people about Bryan's disappearance.
And we want to know why haven't the local and state officials have put out an Amber Alert for a missing?
That doesn't qualify for an Amber Alert. At least here, most states, you have to have a vehicle description, license plate number, something like that. But being that he is special needs, there could have been another alert possibly that could have went out.
12-year-old child, nonverbal, possibly without any clothing, that is in need of his medication.
Louisiana State Police says it only issues an Amber Alert when it confirms a child has been abducted and is in danger. It also must have enough information about the child, the abductor, or the abductor's vehicle to believe a public alert would help locate them. It says for cases that don't meet those criteria, it can issue a level 2 endangered missing child advisory, which is here on Sever Street near Toulon Street. Bryan was last caught on camera Thursday morning. They say that at that point, he had removed his diaper and was wandering around the area nude. That was Thursday morning. Before that, around 5 to 7 in the morning, surveillance footage places Bryan walking through his neighborhood wearing a diaper.
We need to find them. We need to be turning over every garbage can, every tire. We need every lights to be turned on. We need more, and we're not going to stop.
Jellies.
No, we don't want jellies. Now, I heard something new in that one, that later on he was seen elsewhere on camera and he had taken that diaper off. I hadn't heard that before, so yeah. Oh, you are. Yeah, they do. Here we go. But only in certain cases, certain states, should I say.
Officials and volunteers join the search for a missing 12-year-old who does not talk.
Bryan Vasquez has been missing for 6 days now.
Meg, Liz, the immediate search here on the water appears to be paused. The United Cajun Navy says just over an hour ago, a dive team from Mississippi, they located a stolen car in the lagoon right behind us. We did see a tow truck pull up about 15 minutes ago. So NOPD and that tow team, they are working to get this vehicle cleared out, and then they will continue their search for Bryan Vasquez. But of course, the community as well as investigators, they are holding out hope that they'll find the 12-year-old boy alive. Tuesday afternoon, Wildlife and Fisheries use an airboat to clear vegetation, so a diver can check a pumping station off of Chef Highway for 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez. Back on shore, Louisiana State Police walked door to door, hoping to gather more video of Bryan and to talk with neighbors.
We want to go throughout the neighborhood. We want to talk to someone that might have seen something.
This is one of the last videos of Bryan on Thursday.
It breaks my heart because you can see how happy he was, just in fairyland. And I was just feel compelled to just come out here and try to help this family bring this baby back home safe and sound.
Tosh Paynes from Marrero says Bryan, who is nonverbal, reminds her of her nephew. This is the second day Paynes joined the search.
We are losing time. We're getting this child back home safely.
Reginald Hall from Slidell also joined the search. He canvassed Mishu from start to finish.
You don't want this for anyone. And I can just imagine what the mother's going through. What is where? What happened?
The NOPD, along with local, state, and federal agencies, search key areas for Bryan. The United Cajun Navy is also using thermal drones that can detect the difference between human and animal. Several canines from out of state canvass the area, hoping to pick up on Bryan's scent. Searchers say they're worried about the elements the young boy might be facing.
Obviously, when you get past the 48 mark, your survivability index goes down quite a bit. But the fact that on day 6, you still have this many officials out here searching shows that there's some hope and there's a real expectation from the community to bring this boy home.
And such a heartbreaking situation. Once again, so many people holding on to hope that they'll find 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez alive. We know that in a few minutes, the boy's mother, as well as the family spokesperson, they are set to hold a news conference. And of course, we'll bring you the very latest. Reporting live in New Orleans East, Chris Waltzy, Fox 8, Local First.
There I am. Okay, thank you, because I've seen stuff, but it's all been fake. They had me hook, line, and sinker, and I was like, now wait a minute. Nobody else is saying what this is saying. So I knew I had to just start digging, because I seen reports that he was found no longer with us, that he was found alive, and then I've seen that he wasn't located yet at all. Hi, Angela. Yes. Yes. And of course, it was fake book. So, but a bunch of people that was in that discussion were reporting that person, that page, because they put out two different things and they were totally different from each other. Okay. Can you send it to me? And I'll take a look. Yeah, it's sad. All the people putting out fake stuff. That's like the brother and sister in Canada that's missing. There's so much fake stuff out there. It's horrible. I feel sorry for them little kids. I don't know. And medication, he has medication to take, they said. But we will carry on while we're waiting in case little D can send that. Oh, I want to take that down. I'd see if there was anything else. No. And like I said, these are old ones. We've watched some of them. Oh.
Officials and volunteers join the search for a missing 12-year-old who does not talk.
Bryan Vasquez has been missing for 6 days now. Chris Welty is live in New Orleans East with updates on the desperate search for the boy.
Yeah, that's the one we just watched, so I don't need to watch that one again. I mean, that's poor quality. Taking out that pond or whatever. Okay. I do know that they also brought in cadaver dogs and such. And I do have a video. Okay, I'll look. This one here is from YouTube. This was just 1 day ago.
It's not working. Don't worry about it. You got it?
Well,
Alright, let me try real quick on this one. Okay, now, you good?
Hi, my name is Detective Mario Bravo of the New Orleans Police Department Special Victims Division. First name Mario, last name Bravo, M-A-R-I-O, last name Bravo, B-R-A-V-O. On Friday, August 15, 2025, the New Orleans Police Department Special Victims Division was assigned to investigate and learned that a 12-year-old special needs boy had been reported missing on Thursday, August 14 at approximately 10 a.m. 7 district officers initiated the investigation and search efforts that same day. A level 2 child endangerment alert was issued for the 12-year-old boy. The search intensified with our local, state, and federal partners on Friday, August 15, when detectives obtained a video footage of the 13,000 block of Sever Street. At the time of that last video was August 15th at 6:33 a.m. near that large body of water. Search operations included the use of helicopters, drones, canine units, and officers conducting ground searches in the immediate area of the 13,000 block of Severs and the surrounding neighborhoods. This is when we need the public's help. Now we'll turn it over to Ms. Darlene for further.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Darlene Costanza, the president of Crime Stoppers. We're here to live in this area about how we operate. With Crime Stoppers, they may not understand, but when you give us information, we're never going to ask your name. We don't want to know anything about you, the tipster. What we want to know about is the information that's ready and important on this case. And in this instance, it's a 12-year-old interpreter. And we always talk about the number 822-1111. That's very close to the NOPD number. It's 822-1111. You can ask for an interpreter. But you can also go online. There is a Crime Stoppers app. We want you to know that when you go to the app, you have to go down to the bottom of the app and select the language you want to report in. And you can send us any information you may have. And that information can be critical. But again, realize it's only information that can help us identify where there's another carrot to this. You know, with Crime Stoppers, we usually work with cases where we know a crime has been committed. But that's not what we're saying here. We're saying we want to make sure this missing young man is brought home to his family. So if you can give information that helps bring him home, there's a cash reward available to you. Again, anonymously, confidentially, nobody knows who you are. It's $1,250 cash reward. Now, Crime Stoppers, you have to call us with the information. So Crime Stoppers with that information. And that's important because we want you to know that you can trust this process. Now, our hearts and prayers have been with the family. We certainly have been with law enforcement. We see how diligently they have worked this case, and this hurts us all. So again, understand Crime Stoppers is there as a tool, as a resource. Please help us circulate the information to the businesses and neighbors And let's not just stop in that one geographic neighborhood, those few blocks. Let's go further. Let's go out throughout the New Orleans East area to make sure that people know that we are all standing behind this family, looking for closure. Again, you can do this without ever being identified. It's safe. Thank you.
You want to give that to him in Spanish, please?
Yes. Hola, soy detective Mario Bravo, departamento de Nueva Orleans. Yo ahora voy a hablar en el español. El viernes, agosto 15 de este año, el departamento de Nueva Orleans, víctimas especiales, inició una investigación en la búsqueda de Bryan. Los detectives supieron de que Bryan, la última vez que vimos a Bryan fue el jueves, agosto 14, y aproximadamente como a las 6:33 de la mañana. Nosotros...
I know this is not in English. It is in Spanish or whatever, but it is important that it does get out there for everybody to be able to understand what's being asked or reported.
Iniciamos la búsqueda con nuestra gente locales, nuestra gente estatal y también nuestra gente federal en la búsqueda de Bryan. Era gente con helicópteros, con perros, gente yendo puerta en puerta buscando video, y a pesar de esos esfuerzos no pudimos encontrar a Bryan. Esto es cuando ocupamos la ayuda de nuestra comunidad, y como ahorita voy a hablar un poquito en español de lo que Mr. Arlene dijo, de que quiero que la gente sepa de que puede llamar a ese número. El número es 504-822-1111 y puede dar nuestra pista. Pueden ustedes ser anónimos y esa información se la va a dar a la policía y nadie se va a dar cuenta que fue usted. Y yo no sé si mucha gente sabe de Crime Stoppers, pero es una gran ayuda para nosotros y va a ser una gran ayuda. Usted puede también recibir una recompensa. Entonces, se le exige a la comunidad que la policía ocupe su ayuda. Y no tiene que tener miedo tampoco de hablar con la policía. Muchas gracias. Right now, we remain hopeful. We're looking to all possibilities.
Can I just echo that? You just asked about a question about whether or not there could be a possible crime that occurred here. Just know the reward we're offering for you is just for the return to him of the young man, Bryan, to his family. But if there was a case that a tip came in and there was an actual crime that occurred, the reward would be greater than $12.50. So just understand, if you have...
Yeah, I know this investigation has shifted to a more targeted approach since last week when there was a big police presence at the neighborhood on Center Street. Can you talk a little bit more specifically on how the investigation is changing a bit? And also, I know last week and earlier this week, state police was heavily involved. Can you talk about when state police was contacted, or did they contact NOPD? I know state police since at the level 2 alert, but was NOPD or state police ever contacted before they were asked that? Or did state police contact NOPD and NOPD refused?
I want to be clear. We are very grateful with our partnerships with the state police, with our federal partners, and we are thankful for also our local partners who responded to look for Bryan. Right now, that though that remains ongoing, that is case sensitive, but we are open to all possibilities that may lead to locating Bryan, okay?
What's case sensitive vaccine? When the state police was contacted or when
He doesn't have that information right now. Of course, we can look into that later. Missy?
Good afternoon. So I've been looking at culture services that was necessary regarding the trials, and I saw that the categorized code 1 routine response and a small handful are 2, which merits a light siren. Who takes the determination, and how is that?
The New Orleans Police Department Special Victims Division initiated the investigation. I can't answer to that question.
All right, Alyssa.
Many friends have told us and expressed their concern that the delayed response may be impacting now the timeline and search for Bryan. What is your response to this?
So, Alyssa, we addressed that actually. We were late. So, the superintendent has already said that there's a formal investigation. It's an ongoing investigation, so the intermediate can't further comment on that.
Can I ask about another question then?
Yeah, go ahead. Get another one.
Can you go into a little bit maybe about where the search is happening now and family and friends? Like we expand to the chef, and we go into, those abandoned buildings. What areas?
So, yes, we can go into all those other areas. Anything that leads us to finding Bryan, we are open to. We searched through helicopters, drones, numerous times on foot, dogs, canine. I think the Cajun Navy also came out. Yes, the Cajun Navy did come out and assist. So we are open to continuing those searches out there.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Is your assignment as a middle detective that speaks Spanish and English, what was the reason behind that? Is it particular to this case because you speak Spanish and the people there speak Spanish and you want that to clear communication?
It's both. It's because I speak Spanish and I am good at what I do. I can investigate this type of investigation. So it's both. It's the communication, and it's also the nature of the investigation, because I have experience in looking for missing kids.
Do you think that this assignment will help with the investigation, like collaboration?
The Hispanic community or the entire people in New Orleans?
Yes,
Which one?
the
Absolutely. We want that further collaboration with the Hispanic community. We don't want them to be scared to come to us. And I can speak Spanish very fluently, and I can communicate with the Hispanic community very well.
We've only gotten 2 tips, but we really haven't advertised the program, and that's why today it's so important for you guys to make sure to let the community there know that this is another resource. It's just another tool. And I'm hoping after this gets out, and hopefully this Sunday, and hopefully the churches pick up on this and spread this to their congregations, we're going to get a lot more information.
Last night, right before 6 o'clock, there was 7 unmarked units at the level of 7th Street, detectives, some on the homicide squad. People talk about what they were doing in the area.
Yes. So that is the continuous searches of looking for more cameras, looking at every possible lead that can lead us to locating Bryan. We are not saying that we are giving up. We are working very hard, and I am proud to say that we are, as the New Orleans Police Department, the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department are working very hard to find Bryan, and we are thankful for the men and women of our local and state and federal partners that were working very hard to locate Bryan and continue to that.
Sorry. The one thing that nobody asked, and I was waiting to hear if somebody asked it, was if they could explain the 5-hour gap from the time it was called in till the time they got there. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. No, you're not a repeat offender. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Nightbot, will you stop? See, Julie's not picking on just you. But yeah, nobody asked that in this press conference. That was just a day ago or two. They said there was a 5-hour gap between the time that it was called in to the time somebody got there. I want to know why. Why? He's special needs. They shouldn't have just said, oh, he's just a runaway, he's a teen. No. No, Julie doesn't need an ankle monitor. Well, it started playing already. Got one more. But, and I closed it. Hold on. There was, and little D, that Facebook page, which I have Facebook, but the last update I see is from 16 hours ago, and the video just will not load for me. So I don't know what the problem is there. I seen on that YouTube thing. Let me find it again. I don't want it to play again, but where did it go? This is a different. There's a different angle showing him walking up to someone's door. Okay, search continues. This is only 3 minutes long.
New video tonight shows the last time a missing New Orleans East child was seen. Now, 5 days later, the search continues for Bryan Vasquez. Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Vasquez, who is autistic and nonverbal, was captured on a neighbor's security camera early Thursday morning. Well, tonight we lay out a timeline while Bryan's mother clings to hope.
Our Whitney Miller joins us now from where that search took place today.
Yeah, earlier tonight, the Cajun Navy was out here using thermal drones to cover more ground area to see if they could spot any signs of Bryan. Meanwhile, his family has been replaying the moment since Thursday, hoping that anyone with any information may have seen something that can help bring him home.
The timeline begins Thursday morning around 5:30 a.m. Ring cameras captured 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez wandering his New Orleans East neighborhood in just a diaper. Hours later, around 10, his mother realized he was missing.
She told his sister that shares a room with him, so he wasn't by himself in the room, he was in the room with his sister, to lock the bedroom door so he doesn't go out. We never imagined that he would go out through a window.
When family...
It was 5 hours at that point that they hadn't come out. And so we went to the police station because when I called, I was told, ma'am, we already got that call, and he's on a, we are waiting for officers to be available to answer this call. I'm sorry, that is not acceptable.
By Friday morning, law enforcement at every level was on scene, deploying drones, dogs, and airboats.
He's in desperate need to have his medicine administered several hours ago, so he missed that timeline. We just want to get him in custody safely, reunited with his family, so we can get him the necessary medical treatment that he needs.
Volunteers also joined in, like Gail Perez, who works with children who have disabilities.
With this kid being 11 years old and right around the corner, so I came out to help look.
State police also issued a level 2 endangered missing child advisory, an alert that puts Bryan's information on highway boards and social media. By the weekend, the search expanded to canals and bayous, with alligators, snakes, and coyotes posing real danger.
It's tough. It's a tough situation, and we're trying to come up with a positive resolution, bring him home hopefully alive, but if not, be able to reunite him with his family.
On Sunday, day 3, Bryan's mother pleaded for anyone.
Someone may be alive, and I just want them to return my child.
Monday, police confirmed the case had been turned over to their Special Victims Division, and they're asking the community to recheck home security footage, backyards, and sheds for any sign of Bryan.
Again, the Cajun neighbor will be back out here bright and early tomorrow morning with that same drone and others to help search for Bryan. Anyone with any information asked to call 911 or NOPD immediately. For now, in New Orleans East, Whitney Miller, WWL, Louisiana.
So yeah, she kind of answered that question that I had. But now I have another question. If he got out at 5 and she didn't 5:30, and she didn't notice he was gone till 10:30, there's an additional 5 hours, but the other 5 hours that they say took law enforcement to get there. So that's 10 hours. Yeah, you do live with that fear. Yeah. Right, but at least he wasn't in the room alone. But, you know, he's 12, and they said he's never went out a window before. I hope not. I really hope not. Hello, Mallie. Right? I didn't put that together the other day. You know, he was caught on camera around 5:30 in the morning. So, but we don't know exactly what time he did leave. And she said she didn't know he was missing until around 10:30. I don't know. And of course, you heard that Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of $1,200 cash. That's what it says in an article. Cash reward. And that's the latest I've seen. And that was from yesterday. Let me go back over to Twitter. X, whatever you want to call it, and see if there's anything new on him. And this is from 14 hours ago. So that's getting a little closer.
Bryan, just clean that water.
Ma'am, I am, you've had multiple dogs that have run the track from the house as well from location. Then we go through that, and the track goes to the water. From there, the dogs have done peripheral left and right. The dogs end up at the water. I'm 100% sure safety's in the water. We have had multiple hits in the water as well with HRV dogs. All I can say is the track is in the water. We'll do whatever we can to provide that solution. Right now, if the community can stay away from the water right there, let the dogs work, that's the main thing. That area, a little wooded area right there, has been searched numerous times. So we're trying to keep a limited amount of people. Y'all be careful with social media, because if the dogs start barking, or if we're in an area and it looks like there's something going on, that doesn't mean that there's something there. That just means that it might be taking a harder look at something. This sonar shows stuff on the ground and we got to see it. We may see the shadow of this and we're looking at it real good. If we stay on the spot for a long time, that doesn't mean necessarily we're taking a good look at it. So everybody can be real careful about what they post on social media, because there's a lot of times where people post something that's not true. Be cognizant of the family and the friends and neighbors, and also of the people being involved in the search. So everybody can be real careful about what they post on social media.
Is he still here?
Yeah, and that's a good point. The question was, is it a recovery? That's a recovery. The fact that we have people on the street, that's a search. And they're here to actually, and you can tell them the mother that too. He's actually here for that.
Bryan, just clean up.
So, yeah. So, what do you think about all that? Let me try again here. For some reason, Facebook is just not wanting to load for me. I don't know. I give up on it. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Is that the same canal that they're saying that the dogs? Right. Yeah, they are quick. Okay. But I just wanted to talk about him again, since there's not been any real updates that I could find, other than what I've shown. But I just wanted to get it out there again. Maybe people will go back and review their cameras, whatever. They have cameras in their cars and they were getting up and going to work or coming home from work, maybe review those cameras too and see if they caught anything. But I'm going to let you go. You have a happy Sunday, and I'll see you all maybe in the morning. I know some overtime here and there, so yeah, there's no way you can keep your eye on somebody. And maybe that's something they need to think about with autistic kids too, of having, assistance. But I'm still trying to get with somebody, a director, and it's for a program for kids with, or not just kids, anybody with autism. And it's something we use here in Indiana, and it is other places. It's just not every state that I'm aware of. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.